Welcome back to the d.velop Forum, the great finale. We hope that we can all gather again on the main stage after all the breakout sessions, and you have the opportunity to decide which of the apps will manage to get on the d.velop platform. The winner we will see in the hackathon will be presented in a few minutes. Well, it's about everything. The trophy that has just been handed over by Dukosaurus. Thank you very much. Well, if I wag my tail, something different would happen here. Well, this is the trophy, and we will be connected live to the hackathon. Leonard, closer. Can I call you? I hope you're connected. Together with the representatives, they have 4 minutes to pitch. Leonard, are you there? Can you hear me? Yes, hi. And there are other people connected too. Wonderful. And I'm very much looking forward to what's going to happen. Before starting the pitches, brief feedback. Have you all finished within 2 days to develop an app ready to go? Yes, some of them would have loved to have some more time, but I think we've got a presentable status. Well, it was a bit stressful at the end, but I think we're well prepared for the pitches. You do not have to have the app finished only, but you have to present it within 4 minutes with such a great enthusiasm that people in the stream will opt and vote for you. No pressure. Let's start. We cast the lot on the sequence. 5 teams. We see Sharp. I think it's a fine pun. Leonie Kessler will be the presenter, and you've developed a dashboard for the document overview. Do we have a time clock so that we know how much time you've got, or are you going to ring a bell, or what's going to happen? You'll get a signal when your time is over, and you will not overhear it. Okay. First pitch, dashboard for document overview. Leonie Kessler from the team We See Sharp. Thank you very much. Thank you, Red. I will share my screen. We specialized on invoices. You see my welcome screen in Taiwan, and we've got a special tile which shows you how to get on the dashboard. I'll click on it, and what you can see, there is a little dashboard building up. Quite cool. You see the number of the invoices in the system split up according to the month, and here according to suppliers. The pie chart shows us the different steps. And then the status of processing is included, workflow completed, and we can also indicate values. It's about gross amounts here, and you can see 13,000 euros something. That's a bit too much. Anyway, if the system says so, and we have the possibility to say I want to see the exact status, then the overview changes, only the ones that are in a certain status, and we see again the documents where they are on a monthly basis. Then here you see the money. The problem of this invoice is that somebody entered 10,000 instead of 100. I will change it quickly. I will save it. Now, I just have to reload the dashboard once. And click on the values, and I can see that my accessory, laundry accessory, is the column has gone down. Now, if I want to look at the 5-month, it's possible too. And we have a monthly filter in here, and we can also empty the filter if we don't like it anymore. Then we've got a few themes we prepared. We've got the aqua, this is all the blue we can see. We've got nature, and we've got Hello Kitty, those who like pink colors and the like. And we've got a very simple configuration for Applet. You just have to have an API key to be defaulted. You can enter where the context action, save. You can empty the cache if you think that documents are no longer updated. That is our Invoice Dashboard. I'm through. Excellent. You would have 2.5 more minutes. I didn't have to press the button on my Ironman glove to show the time is out. Now, it's very difficult to present a simple app within a very short time. I cannot do some rating, but you can actually think what the Invoice Dashboard is like and how you like it. Second team, Representative Tim Bensberg. You developed a very simple document transport system for documents. There are some slides. Are you going to talk to us, Tim?
4 Minuten. Deine 4 Minuten laufen jetzt.
Time is running 4 minutes. Welcome. We want to show you a document transport system. Who's who? Julie Tüschler, Alexander Stutz, and myself. Briefly, what do we want to do? What does a transport document system mean? We've got certain source tenants where we can adjust to what other tenants in d.velop Cloud the documents have to be sent. We've got a context action, and then we import documents in the target system. What is the use case? For example, you've got a test system you want to set up, and you want to just shift some documents, or documents and file structures are prepared in one tenant and then used in a different one. This is what it looks like live. We are in the source tenant at the moment. We'll move over to different offers. You can choose a context action, that is transport documents. Let's pick out one offer, and I will choose the target system. I have the possibility to also visualize all selected documents, and then I click on Send. This is where the processing starts. Hopefully, it will arrive in the target system. Yes, documents were successfully sent. Let's have a look. We are in a different tenant now, Hackathon Dev Target, the one we had selected, and we'll search for quotes in this tenant. 1602, this is the document we just picked out with all the attributes, including the file. And thus, we transported a document from A to B. Now, what we saw is, would be good if you had the possibility to see whether there's an attribute missing in one tenant, to create it automatically, or to get some information. The system telling you you want to transport something which doesn't really work. And this is what we built in as well. Let's say I want to have a delivery note. We picked out one attribute in addition. Oh, okay. See, there's a message. Namely, that this attribute cannot be transported. AB key is the configuration basis, and we can start. That would be it. So much on our app. Vote for conflicts. Vote flakes. No, I cannot rate you. I cannot say anything. Thank you very much, Tim. You would have another 40 seconds. You're good at time. It's fascinating to see that people cannot only develop an app within 2 days, but they've got a ready-made presentation. So it's really great. It's so cool. And once again, I didn't even have to sound the beep. We've got the chart breakers as well. Gerd Bremer is the one who's going to present. This is about the compilation of metadata across documents, across different types of documents. Is that the right title? No, it's not across document types. Before we get started, just take a deep breath and start again. 4 minutes. Let me briefly show what this is about. We've got a new tile here. That's statistics of numbers. That is the document type invoices and credits. Well, that was too fast, so sorry. In this case, we've got a table which is subdivided in contact. The individual amounts which were incurred during a certain period of time are represented as a total. So the dates are all. We have set up the standard document types. Let's reduce it down to this week, for example. And what you can see, I've got fewer entries here because some contacts did not turn over during this time period, and at the same time the amounts are reduced as well. You can also shift it to another bar diagram. Or a pie chart. This is one variant. The other variant would run through search. So I'll start an ordinary search, the one you are familiar with. I'm searching in the category invoice credits, take everything that's available. I get a hit list, and I can say, OK, I would like to have an overview of what's happening with this hit list. Well, I get exactly the same picture I had before, but I could reduce it further down. To just 3 names. And when I form the aggregate, I will get the evaluation at the end. Once again, the absolute numbers, and then the representation by way of a donut, pie, or bar diagram. You can also run that in the context of registered use. If I register in my account, I am able to see everything I can see. That would be everything. But if somebody registers who is not allowed to see everything, then he would not see everything. So much on that part. Thank you.
So, back to the forum then. Thank you very much. Excellent. And you kept the time very well as well. We will have 3 more presentations. Let's continue with commit in the cloud. Commit written the English way. So come join us in the crowd. Stefan Schweiger is the spokesperson of the team. And what about your project? What about your app? Yes, I think I have something to show you. Go ahead. Let me share my screen then. We wanted to use this opportunity of the hackathon to work on a personal file based on the d.velop cloud platform. So let's move right into the app. Personal file, you start the app. The software will welcome you directly with a dashboard. By way of example, we have defaulted some configurations, a phone list, for example. I can look for Gordon Kappenberg. It shows me his phone number directly. I am able to find evaluation in the form of a pie chart or bar chart. This shows me how many employees according to status I have, or which department has the most employees. Also, I have a birthday list on my dashboard, so I see upcoming birthdays. And on the bottom right, it's some sort of absentee list, which colleagues are on sick leave or on holiday, who's not here, who's not in the office. And on the right-hand side, it's probation period, for which colleagues will their probation period or test period end very soon. On the left-hand side, this is the organizational structure. You're able to choose the whole company and look at every employee or break it down by department. It's up to you. It's free to configure. It's free to be configured by you according to your needs. Let's go into the personnel file of Gordon Kappenberg, our busiest developer, by the way. And then you have, of course, the most important data. We categorized it because personnel files are so comprehensive. So you have contact data, education and qualification, bank data, etc. I'm also able to have I have drop-down menus. I can say he's a clerk. He has a clerk position, but I could also say he's a trainee at the same time. All changes are recorded in the history. You can see at any point in time who uploaded a document or who made a change and when. We also integrated d.velop. This is the file structure on the right-hand side. If you create a file, a DMF file is created at the same time. So, for example, the salary statements of the past months can be found here directly. We also included an engine that will help you generate documents. You can generate in Word, you will have a template, and then at the push of a button, you can dismiss someone. You can write a dismissal letter, and if you've configured Word correctly, I have all the data from the personnel file on my letter. We're planning an onboarding structure, applicants management system. The applicants' information we're working on integrating them in the future. Here we have the organizational structure of the whole company, and I see at one glance who works in which department. I can generate a document and print it. The drop-down menus can be configured via the administration part of it. I don't have that much time anymore. Please upload, please load, please load. You can have color codes, etc., etc. But that's it. I know my time is up. Thank you very much for your attention. Well, at the very last second. Okay, I was able to use my Iron Man glove here, but thank you very much. And my apologies to Gordon Kappenberg, who apparently was sacked live in front of 2,000 viewers. My deepest sympathies. We will now look at Kai Nordmann's team. Time recording. You have a digital time clock in 3D, right? Go ahead. Yes, exactly. We did not look at documents themselves. We rather thought we want to track time, and we planned this time clock, a digital time clock. You see the week, the month, the year, or day, week, month, year, rather. When you go to the day tab, you can clock in and clock out. This is what you would use to do that. We ran out of time. We generally thought when you click on Start Stop, a new entry is to be created with the corresponding time defined as start. So you would have one start entry and one stop entry, and that would be your window of work and indicate the working hours. Then we said, okay, we do not only want to clock time, let's have another layer on top of it, a bit smarter. And what about a situation where you could change the times? The thought being that later you could connect it via a workflow. You could integrate it and talk to HR to change it. So if you press save, if you click on save, the time would change. Then we wanted to have another part where you would see the working hours. We didn't finish that, we didn't complete it, but the UI is ready. You were supposed to see a bar chart here, and you would, if you go to the week tab, you would then see, for example, that on Mondays you usually work 8 to 8.5 hours on average. On Wednesdays I usually work 9 hours. As I said, we weren't able to finish on time, but that was the thought behind it. On the right-hand side, you have the menu. You could jump between the different boards. And up here, you can click through week, month, and year. And that would give you the indication. For example, this week I worked 8 hours on Monday, no overtime. On Tuesday I worked 9.75 hours, so I worked 1.75 hours longer than supposed. And then you could have a total amount down here, so you know just how many hours or how much overtime you did that week. The same for the month. Per week of the month, this will summarize your working hours, and over time you're able to generate the corresponding reports here. And this will indicate how much you worked, how long you worked. You could, for example, see that in January you worked a lot more hours than in May, for example. So that would lead to the conclusion, one of many possible conclusions, that you work more during the winter time, and in summer you use your overtime hours that you accumulated. So maybe for HR people that would be an interesting piece of information. That is that. Thank you very much. Excellent. Right on time. Thank you. Thank you very much. That is, that was the Ironman. 5 teams had to develop an app over the course of only 2 days. And I'm amazed at their results. Now it's up to you to vote. We will later go back and switch back to the view of the teams and hopefully hear a big cheering from one of them. When you go to surveys, Umfragen surveys, you see the names of the teams. Once I say go, not now, but once I say go, you vote once for the team you liked best. Number 1, we think Sharp, Leonie Kessler with a dashboard for a document overview in Hello Kitty themes as well. Secondly, transport system, document system, Tim Bensberg. Third, chart breaker, the dashboard overview for metadata, Gerd Bremer presented. Fourth, commit in the cloud digital HR file. And Kai Ottmann then took us along to the DPS, digital time clocking, digital time clocking 3.1. Now, please go and vote for your favorite team, your favorite app. And I'm excited to see the results in a bit. And by the way, it's not only this wonderful award that the teams can win, but there is something else you can win, because the team showed that it's a group that works together very well. You would get this Lego part, of course not the finished one, we keep that, but the package that they have to build together as a team, sponsored by